and like the slightest movement, sometimes it's even hard to get the headphones onto it because it's so lightweight. So I got the washers, and I'm gonna tomorrow, since I don't have anything planned other than maybe going to CVS for my pills tomorrow. Um, I gotta get my atorvastatin, which is basically Lipitor. Um, but I'm gonna take Gorilla Glue and I'm gonna glue the washers to each other, and then let them set up, and then I will glue them one at a time to the bottom of the stand, and then I also have to take the old shower curtain lining off the things, the plastic rings, and throw it out, and then get the new one and the normal shower curtain put onto the new hooks and then hung up in the bathroom. And then but yeah, I got Velcro, heavy duty Velcro circles
He who sows the wind
at Amy Hardware, because
the dark one opened up
I
on
want
his
to
knees to
put the
see.
new seat protectors and floor mats and stuff in my car. It's all Fallout themed. And so I'm going to take the Vault Boy bobblehead that I got in the loot crate
a
couple years ago, and I'm going to put the Velcro onto it.
Already started.
I'm going to put the fuzzy part onto it, and then I'm going to put the other half onto my dashboard. Because the car that I have is a 10-year-old Saturn. They don't make them anymore, and the value for the car is maybe $3 or $4 grand max now. You know. And so I figured, you know what, I'm probably going to have this car until it literally just falls apart. So I'm going to put the bobblehead on the dashboard. And, I mean, I've had this car and driven it for so long that what do they call it? You turn it on and you don't have to use the gas pedals or anything anymore. I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, the lever for that is worn on one side because and then the top of the steering wheel is worn down to almost smooth. You know, stuff like that. So it's like, and then the overhead light, not the dome light, but the one in front. Because there's like this little thing in front that has so you can target the map or whatever on the driver. You know, anyway, the cover for that light broke, and I haven't been able to track down a new part for it. I have, you know, if they even make them. I don't know if they even do. I have to go down to like O'Reilly's or someplace that sells car parts and see if they can get me a new one, or I have to try to go to Pick and Pull, which is the salvage yard, and see if they have any there to replace it with. Salvage yard would probably be cheaper. Hello, and I don't even know how it broke. Mom and I got into the car one day, and it apparently one of the little legs that held it in cracked, and it just fell right out. We weren't even touching it or anything, just fell right out. Will you get off me? Get down. Down. What do you need outside? Oy. You know, I just started streaming. Like, not even 5 minutes in, they were bugging me. I did that yard work yesterday, and yesterday it didn't feel so bad. And even this morning it didn't feel so bad. But the backs of my thighs are like sore as hell from bending over and squatting to pick the fruit up off the ground because of I had to trim the fruit tree a little bit. I need to get you a new screen, Mom. For that window. Okay. And I can go to like Amy Hardware and just get screen mesh, right? Okay. Because we can reuse the frames if I remember correctly. I have no idea. Oh, something fell in the living room. Scared me, scared the dogs. My door closed. Apparently the wind's picked up. And when it slammed, my little sign fell off the door. Yeah, I can put it back. My little sign on my door says, "The voices may not be real, but they have some pretty good ideas." Yeah, I found it at Goodwill, believe it or not. I have to fight to get it back on. It has a very unique thing on the back of it. Okay, put the cane in my doorway. Okay, the cane's in the doorway, so that won't happen again. At least not tonight. Okay, I didn't realize the wind had picked up that much and that it was coming directly from the front of the house. Anyway. Good boys, here's a cookie. Here's a cookie. Here's a cookie. There you go. Are you gonna go lay down, or? Yeah, 'cause you're grunting and groaning and everything, and... Oh. I never had that problem. I mean, I had... Well... Yeah, I never really got cramps, and then... But I got heavier and heavier periods, and then it got to the point where they never stopped. And then I got giganormous messes, and I don't want to go too icky. And then they had to take it out because I ended up having cancer, which was what was causing all that problem. Have you tried hot water bottles? Have you tried pot? Try some indica, just once. Just, once to see if it helps. It's that's the stuff that's supposed to help relax your body, and see if that helps. Because it's a painkiller and a muscle relaxant, just like any kind of pill that you might take. Yeah, see, why don't you cut that in half and try some pot and see if that helps instead. And then if it does, cut the other naproxen out and see if it works. If it doesn't, or if the pot helps a bit, but you can't get it completely gone, then you can lower the naproxen to see how it helps. Because now that it's legal in Canada, there's no excuse of trying herbal medicine. I don't know, Jack and Jackie at least Jackie seems to be able to get some... Okay. That's true. And having it legalized, and this is what my biggest argument for having federal legalization here in the States is, it allows for more study for it to be a medicine, and it could be in the future that they'll get all the good shit out of it without, the CBDs and stuff out of it, and we'll be taking it in pill form of some kind in the future to help with aches and pains and, stress and anxiety and everything. Though my anxiety is helped by the little bit of high that I get from the stuff that I smoke. It's not just the relaxing of the muscles. So I have to pay for it, but I also only get charged like maybe $150 an ounce, and an ounce will last me a year. So when you break that down over 12 months, what is that? I have to get the calculator. I have numbers dyslexia, which makes math damn near impossible. Basically $12.50 a month. No. So, and then, but that's because I'm friends with people who grow and everything, and they don't sell it to me so much, as a in the because they grow for pharmacies and stuff, so they basically just charge me for the cost and care of the plant instead of for profit. But I might be able to get it for free soon, because my buddy has the one that lives up in Woodland. He has a friend in Yolo County who grows on his farmland, and he gave him some seeds to grow his plants for him. And so basically what it is that the guy grows the crop. He's allowed to sell a portion of the crop from each time it yields, and then he puts the other stuff away. And pot can keep, especially if you vacuum pack it. Pot can keep for frickin' ever as long as you keep it in the right conditions, just like with anything else. And but one plant can literally do pounds per yield if you grow it right. And an ounce of weed is actually a fairly large amount. It fills two normal size, normal like spaghetti sauce sized mason jars. And that's how much lasts me a year. And that's just an ounce. I don't know how many ounces are in a pound, but it's a lot. And so I'm just hoping that he'll be, because he smokes indica too. So I'm hoping that he'll be willing to share the wealth, because he used to get it to me for free. Because the buddy of his and everything would give him a bunch of pot, and so he'd share the wealth with me when he was living here. But that was years ago that he lived here, about 4 years, because he moved in right after my cancer surgery, which was, 4 years ago. And somebody's giving the writers an idea in that. I'm part of a fan fiction group for a specific author who writes Harry Potter fan fiction. But we're allowed to talk, but we're not restricted to just his work or her work. I don't know if male or female. You can't tell from the name. And so people, ask other people if they've seen this fan fiction recently, because they can't quite remember the title, so they talk about what they remember. I think this would be a great idea. I think that would be a great idea. To whole fiction prompts like which I just read, where they go, it's been 30 years since this, and it's a very elaborate, like multiple paragraph fleshed out idea to try to see if anybody's inspired to write it for them. Stuff like that. I've been thinking about getting back into writing by going and finding like fan fiction or short story prompts, and challenging myself to do them and then submit them into places. Because that's how I first started writing before, is I would be watching a TV show, or I'd be reading prompts that gave me ideas that weren't necessarily going to go by the prompt, so it wasn't a submission to that person, but that inspired my own ideas. And I wrote short stories, and then started writing longer stories. Like, I wrote a multi-chapter story way back in the day about Xena and Gabrielle. I might still have it backed up somewhere, but I'm not sure. One of my Buffy the Vampire Slayer fanfics is up on the Pink Rabbit Consortium, if they're still around. Last I checked, they were there. It was about Willow and Faith hooking up. This is before Faith went bad. And this is before Willow was turned into a lesbian, too. But, wrote that. I made Willow into a cross-dresser, sort of. She, got up, dressed up in a suit, with her hair just a certain way and everything, and was singing. It was a song fic. Anyway, so I've been thinking about trying that, and see if I can get myself writing again, because anytime I try to write my own original fiction or something that I come up with myself, I have a hard time getting to the end of it. Most fan fiction prompts tell you how they want it to start and pretty much how they want it to end. And so I would just be fleshing out their idea, which is slightly easier than coming up completely up on your own. So it's kind of like doing homework for English class, which I actually was pretty good at that, except for sophomore year. That's just because the teacher didn't like my creative thought processes. She gave us a syllabus at the beginning of the year, and one of the papers we had to write was during the time when we were reading about the Titanic, and we read And the Band Plays On, which is about basically the Titanic was a luxury liner, and they had this big brass band on the ship to do the balls and the dances and stuff. And these gentlemen, even though they knew they were going to die, they continued to play music to help ease everybody else around them, at least in the story. And so she wanted us to write our own either survivor or somebody who knew they were going to die. And she said, be creative, it's fiction, all that stuff. Well, I was going through an X-Files kick. So I wrote that aliens saw what was happening and saved some of the people, including my own main character. And she didn't like the fact that I put aliens in it because it wasn't realistic. But nothing in the syllabus or even the rules that she set for the project specified that it had to be realistic. And in fact, her specific words were to be creative. She gave me an F, and even after a parent-teacher conference, she would not change the grade. Even though it was pointed out that I did nothing wrong according to her own syllabus and the guidelines that she had set forth for the project. My mom was pissed. Because it tanked my English grade to like a D, I think it was. For that project. And I was smart, and I'm still smart, but like I almost failed my freshman year of high school. I was going to a different school at that point. And because I had a bad home life, so like literally I had a D almost F average. I barely passed. And then you can actually, if I had my transcripts still, I could probably ask for them at Merrill Loma. I don't think they ever get rid of anything, but though they probably would have to really dig. But because it's been like 20 years. But you can actually see on my grade sheet for each year, my grades steadily climbing up. When I graduated high school, I had almost a B average. And that was with me blowing off most of the homework and passing all the exams. I really did not like regular education. No, I couldn't excel in stuff that I was already good at. They forced me to take foreign language, they forced me to take mathematics, they forced me to do all these classes that I was not good in because of learning disabilities, for the most part. And, like, I couldn't really do PE. Because I get heat stroke easily, and I was overweight even in high school. And I would walk as fast as I could, because I wasn't really in shape. And the teachers would yell at me about how I wasn't really trying. You told me to walk 4 laps by the end of the period. I walked 4 laps by the end of the period. Just because it took the entire period doesn't mean that I wasn't putting forth the effort to actually do it. Obviously, I walked the 4 laps. They were trying to get me up to presidential fitness standards or whatever. You know, the things that the Board of Education has set as averages. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. You all don't live with me and help with portion control and exercising when I'm not at school and, you know, all that shit. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, right now I'm not doing anything. I'm paused because I'm making myself some french fries. Yeah. Actually, I had somebody pop on. Yeah. Yeah. I had somebody pop in, watch for a little while, listen to me talk to you, I guess, and then decided that I was boring, and they left again. Yeah. Alright. Bye. Leave the party. There we go. Put my controller down. So glad I remembered to upgrade Lily. I'm playing this mobile game called Bud Farm Idle Tycoon. It's made by the same guys, or at least helped to be made by the same guys that do the Trailer Park Boys Greasy Money. Greasy Money. And so I saw it talked about on the Reddit for Trailer Park Boys, and the game for the Greasy Money. And so I decided to go try it. I had played it before, and didn't really like it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a shot, and see how I feel about it. And I like it. No shock, you know. And so now I'm playing Idle Miner, Ball Smasher, Trailer Park Boys, Greasy Money, and Bud Farm Idle Tycoon. In fact, I think I'm on episode 8 on Bud Farm, and then I think I'm on 9 or 10 on Trailer Park Boys Greasy Money. But they're both doing, but Bud Farm has them for longer. They're both doing these special events. On Bud Farm, you've got like a week to earn as much money as you can to get the Bob Rosin, which is based on Bob Ross, and the Cloner, which is a kind of a play on Rosie the robot from the Jetsons, and plus all the other in-between prizes in the list. Now that I've played the Trailer Park Boys game, I need to try to watch the show again. It's on Netflix. But, like, I had a hard time with it the first time I tried to watch it on just a recommendation from a friend. And so I gotta try watching it again and see if I can get into it now that I understand a little bit more about the characters and stuff from playing the mobile game. Okay.
Penny, don't see me, don't hear. Alive and dead at once. Very strange. That's them. Strange. I feel bad down there. You up here. This will help.
Nothing that I need. Damn it.
Did you see? The little human is looking for another human. Not like you. A woman? Yes, a woman. Mother. A little death for your enemies.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh. That looks like a hole. I didn't mean to do that. I'm confused. I got all confused. What's over here then? Oh, damn.
Beautiful. So that's what it's called. Music. I remember this.
Hmm. Nope. Didn't think so, but I need to try.
Strange. Can't see well with eyes. I see shadows better. What's ahead? Don't know about us. Hungry.
Oh shit.
We live less life than death. I don't find many of these. Just like my family. So that's what it's called. Missiles. I'll remember this.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go. It says over there. Oh, right.
Do not worry. Try not to kill. They are not red now. They are going somewhere.
Damn.
We go up here. By the ladder? Now I know the word. Yes.
What ladder? That's a high radiation area. What ladder? Oh, okay.
There's a winged one. Watch out. does not understand that he's dead. He's still waiting for his mother. But she is not coming. Mine neither. Because you people killed them all. Not a shadow. You, yourself. Long, long ago.
Awesome. Creepy. I don't need this now. Stop.
I know only one way into Polis from here. Through the Red Square. The Order keeps an outpost in the St. Basil's Cathedral. I'll get in touch with our men and tell them all I know. And my goal would be just a step away from there. It will all be over soon.
There's danger here. Not like
Hey.
before. I feel it, and we'll be with you. We'll tell you what to do. You feel it too. Makes it easier to understand things. Is this the center? All the roads lead to this place. That's why we cannot leave. They are here for too long. So many of them. And they know. They know we feel them. They are not ready. It's their home. If we go away, we won't die. It's because of fear. We are protected.
But how do I get through here? I'm confused. I don't want to hurt them. I just don't know where to go.
Darkness. He's coming. Hurry. Faster. Wind. Dangerous. Wind more coming. Safe. We should wait. We'll go. Soon.
Damn it.
Faster. Wind. Dangerous. Wind more coming. I feel safe. We should wait. We'll go.
Ah. I can see comments. I just don't always see the comments when I'm playing because I'm focused on this other part of the screen. So hello.
Faster. Wind. Dangerous. Wind more coming. I feel danger. Danger is safe. We should wait. We'll go. Soon.
Okay, that's what the kid meant.
We need to go. Storm. Yes, the storm. It's starting again. Danger is still there. Won't go. We can go again. But it's good. Time to move. Wants to go home. Not yet. We're not going. I won't touch it. Feeling too audio? Not here. I'm close.
That's what the surface looks like. I don't know what just happened.
Don't stand. I will help. Do not disturb them, Artyom. Stay close to me. They've been here for so long. Lots of them. And they are all lonely. Only fear and pain. They can't leave. And want somebody to stay with them.
It's a psychic thing. Okay, now where I'm supposed to go? Stairs. No, I'm not gonna play Fallout right now. I don't play Fallout on every single day. No, I don't play GTA 5 at all unless I'm racing with my friend Mid and my friend Jack. I don't like PvP, and unfortunately GTA 5 has some real big assholes in it. Not since the first and second Undergrounds. I liked Underground 1, Underground 2 wasn't as good. Though I did like the drifting mechanic in 2.
Hardly. There are bad people. Many. Very red.
Oppa! One more! Put your weapon on the ground and hands behind your head. I will be damned. This Artyom!
What do you mean? About just the regular one, though I do have the physical copy as well.
Oh. You might have to run out someday. You can disregard the order by the weapon, okay? Comrade, your special orders directly from Comrade Corbus concerning this very ranger. We are to eliminate him. Fire! Fire at will!
Don't stand. I will help. No more. Too tired.
Attack! Eliminate him, sugar! Carry out the order, блин!
We'll help you see.
We gotta make them pay!
So tired.
I'm gonna get you! I am! Yes, I am! And you had a chance. You know you could have stayed at the red line. We would have taken you in. You just had to escape, huh? And then come right here. You should use your fucking head sometimes, Artyom. Or what, maybe you thought Corbut forgot all about you? Not on your lifetime, D'Artagnan. And neither did I.
God damn it.
You didn't like it our way, didn't want to join us, huh? You'll just have to bite the fucking dust here. Well, Artyom, this is getting serious.
Where are you?
Finish him! Let's avenge our comrade!
God damn it, I hate that. It's okay, Mid. I get fussy people a lot. Damn. No, they wanted to be fussy and wanted me to play Fallout 76 or GTA or Need for Speed, anything that's more action-oriented. Wrong button. Hold on. God damn it. Oh no!